Hey YouTube, how is it going? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Sorry, I don't know why my kind of worse. I don't know what's on my laptop. It's a little better. Alright, let's do it again. Hey guys, how's it going? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out to the Divines channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you are returning, welcome back. Definitely a great message to stay late for you guys for Wednesday, October 9th. So let's get started. Some oracle cards to start off your reading. Today we have Child. You care deeply about children, and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. Beautiful. This card signifies that a child is affecting some aspect of your question. This could be your own child, your desire for a child, a young family member, or your present or future work in helping children. Have children been on your mind lately? If so, this card is proof that whatever you've been considering is valid. This includes spending more time with children and looking into areas of employment related to young ones. Your life purpose involves helping children. Be as a child. Pay attention to your inner child. A child in heaven is saying, I love you. Pregnancy or adoption might be part of your life. Beautiful. All right. So moving on to your reading. I know that I'm doing this quickly, but not 100% feeling too well tonight. But I wanted to get these out because I didn't do any dailies today because I did some personals last night, which took a lot of energy and time. So by the time I was finished those, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, no, gotta get up to get the kids to school. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait and do it today. So the energy that I feel with you guys is that some of you are still on this like Ten of Swords energy where like there's some type of loss or some type of separation or some type of, breakup. That's what I've been picking up like the last week is the loss of someone, a breakup, or a separation. And what I mean by separation, because the breakup is pretty self-explanatory, but the separation can be you and your partner just deciding that you need a time out right now. That's the best way that I'm picking this up. But given all of that I just told you, the Ten of Swords tells me that you guys are in conflict. You guys are, or at least you, the energy is that you're really upset. You're really broken. You're pretty much done. You are on, like, you're on the verge of wanting to give up. It's kind of like, what is the point in trying anymore? That's what I feel with this Ten of Swords. And that's kind of like a really sad energy to be in. But it's kind of like, I've got nothing left, so why keep going? I have nothing left, so why stay in this energy? This situation with the Nine of Swords has you up all night crying. Or at least you're spending majority of your night up. So maybe your sleeping is being affected. Maybe you have been putting yourself through hermit mode. But it's kind of like this energy of like feeling really unworthy, feeling really unloved. You're broken. You're just done. You're just heartbroken. You're disappointed. You're kind of like, I don't understand why this is happening. I'm just going to shut myself out. I'm never going to love again type message. That's what I'm picking up. All right. And I get being in that energy. I get feeling that way. But here's the thing. When you get stuck in that energy, that's what you tell the universe you want. So I feel like the reason why things are just happening so quickly is because Spirit said, we're stepping in. We're fixing this. I feel like today is going to be about you guys really having different opinions with people. Maybe there's some arguments that are going to heat off. Maybe you're going to lose friendships. But I do feel the sense of really, you not being able to trust anyone right now, and you have your guard up. So with that, having that guard up with the Five of Wands, it tells me that, any little thing that happens is going to set you off because you're in that I can't trust anyone mode. I don't know who to talk to anyone mode. So I'm just going to put my shield up, and that's that. And I get it. I get the need to protect yourself. I get the need to not want to talk to anyone. I get the need to just be alone. Totally. Everyone needs that space to find what they want or to work their inner stuff. But there comes a time and a place where you work through those emotions. And I feel like you need to know at this time that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, Spirit's behind you. Page of Pentacles. So that tells me that you are protected. Even though you guys may not feel it at the moment, you guys are protected. Spirit around you, angels around you, your guardian angels, your ancestors. You need to call upon them for help, for advice, for healing, whatever you need at this moment. You need to call upon your angels. All right. A lot of you need to find a balance within your life, and I totally know where you guys are coming from. How do you get a balance when your loved one dies? How do you get a balance when relationship fails? How do you get a balance, when a marriage ends? I don't know. You just tell yourself that this is not the end and that there has to be something on the other side. And I don't mean in heaven. I just mean that once you get through this lesson, there's got to be the answer on the other side. And you got to work towards that answer. Because this isn't it for you guys. And I want you guys to know that this is not the end of your story. This is only an end of a cycle. This is only the end of a chapter. You guys still have so much life to your story. You have so much offers. You have so much options. You have so much decisions. You still have so many hearts that you're going to break. But you need to find a balance. You need to let go and move forward. And accept the changes that are coming your way. Because at the end of the day, you really don't have a reason to be upset. And there's a quote that I really like. There's a couple quotes I use, but when God removes someone from your life, he is doing so for your protection. What is meant to be for you will be for you. What is not is leaving your life. So instead of standing in front of those closed doors, wishing that you can make this relationship work, Spirit's coming through whatever lesson you're going through and saying, there is a reason that I am closing this door. There is a reason I am taking you away from this person. You can try and fight Spirit. You can try and fight the universe. But I feel like they're doing this to protect you. Maybe this person's a narcissist. Maybe this person's an abuser. Maybe this person has drug or alcohol addictions. And Spirit has seen you struggle. And Spirit said, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not watching you try and help this person. I'm not watching you put yourself through this. If this other person is not willing to change their ways, does not matter how much you love them, they will not change. All right? So Spirit's putting you on a new path with new people, with new opportunities, with new blessings. And this is your chance to go be happy. This is your chance to take what you've learned from these situations and move into that happiness. Because they were lessons learned. Children is coming up very strongly in this reading, especially because we had the angel card that says kids. So I feel like maybe some of you realized that you wanted more for your children. Maybe some of you witnessed some childhood trauma, and being with this certain someone triggered that. And that's one of the reasons why this relationship didn't work out. Maybe you had to face something. But it's like this ended. But when that ended, it opened up. So you will be victorious. You will grow. You will look back on this and say, wow, I'm so glad I dodged a bullet. I am so glad that I'm no longer there. And maybe you guys are starting to see, for some of you that are more progressed, that this scenario was keeping you stuck. And now you've evolved, you've grown, you've changed. You're more you. You're more happy. You're more peace. You're more content. I just feel like some of you want a better life to live than what you've been living. You need to see things as they're unfolding. You have the opportunity right now to come into an alignment with what spirit and universe have for you, and to embrace that moment, to embrace this chapter. Some of the really, really hard times that I've gone through, and, sitting here tonight doing this reading, as I look back on those really, really, really hard times that literally I was rock bottom, I'm going to share something with you guys just because I want this to be really personal. But a couple years ago, my son, my firstborn son, was molested. And I tell you, it was by someone I trusted. It was a very, 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 very tough ride, because I've had to not only forgive this other person, but I had to forgive myself in order to heal, in order to let go. And how do you let something like that go? It's very hard. And I still have moments, but I don't hate. I did hate. I can't say I never hated. I did hate this guy, but I outgrew that. And I took my energy towards my son, and I poured that love and I poured that energy into him, and I let him evolve. And I've tried, and looking back on it, I still don't understand why it happened, but I understand the lesson in it. So kind of what I'm seeing for the reading is that, you have choices every day. Okay. You have choices to leave situations. You have choices to stay. You have choices to be miserable. You have choices to be happy. It is all what you want. And I feel like you guys are in this place where you need to accept what has happened and then grow from it. Because the things that you've been learning in these previous chapters, I feel like this next chapter over is what you've been wishing for, is what you've been praying for, it's what you've been asking the universe for. So it's like, let go of all the things you think you know and allow the things to come through. All right. So cards say animal bond, stand up for all animals. So some of you can be really close to animals, and that's why that's coming up. But it says, you have a special relationship with animals. The world needs you to stand up and have a voice for all animals on the planet. Help protect the wildlife and animal rescue. Help protect the wildlife and rescue animals when you can. Give a donation or get involved online. Volunteering your spare time to animal shelters would be greatly rewarding. This may be just the time for you to save a cat or dog from the shelter and give it a loving home. So right there, I just feel like, I know it doesn't really go into the reading, but I feel like it comes up. Sometimes Spirit's funny like that, and they will bring up cards. So I don't know if you guys have been thinking about adopting an animal, or thinking about getting another animal, or reaching out to volunteer, but that's just validation for you that that's what you should do. Okay, the second card says, face your fears, release the power of fear. Everyone experiences fear in some way. To triumph over your fear, you need to understand it, and only then can you release its power over you. Fear has a subtle way of showing you the dark side of yourself, immobilizing you, stealing your freedom and courage. Fear can show you that something is worth fighting for and is an opportunity to build courage and a brave heart. The magic of nature and your angels will encourage you to overcome fear of things like change, loneliness, and the unknown. You can be brave to face these challenges. So a lot of you are going through this journey, or this chapter of your life being really fearful, not understanding why things have happened to you. Why do I keep making the same mistakes, Amy? Why do I keep going through the same cycles? Why do I keep attracting the same type of man or woman? And I have been on my singleness journey, as you guys have watched my Facebook for those who are on my Facebook or my Instagram. And I really can't tell you why. But I know from what I've learned these past 6 months and really, putting myself out there and connecting with a lot of people is that, lost my train of thought. And there's so many messages coming through. Oh yeah, attracting the right people. Is that when you put out things to the universe, when you tell the universe, like, law of attraction is law of attraction, okay? So this is it right here. Law of attraction. What you put out into the universe is what you are going to get back. So there is a girl on YouTube that I got connected with. Her name's Abraham Hickston or something. And she has like a whole channel of everything you could possibly need to understand about law of attraction. Like, she has everything to help you. And she's been someone that I listen to with my meditation. But she often talks about how you need to reframe your mind from thinking things that, so instead of telling yourself, I'm unworthy of love, you tell yourself, I am worthy of love. Instead of saying, I attract all the wrong man, you start telling yourself, I attract all the right man. Instead of saying, I'm not beautiful, you say, I am beautiful. And what happens is that you're sending those vibes out to the universe. And the universe is going to match that with you. And that's how the ball gets rolling. All right. So I know this is a longer reading, but it, Spirit works wondrous ways sometimes. All right. So hopefully this makes sense and it wasn't all over the place. Again, I'm still trying to get my energy from yesterday's personals. But with that, I'm sending you guys all love and light for Wednesday. And I'll see you guys again soon. You guys take care of yourself.